Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you are following us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Give us a 5-star rating. It massively helps us out. Enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Pitch Side. Now, for us, Reevy McGeevy, it feels like we've been away forever, doesn't it? Yeah, I know, obviously, we upload weekly, but we ain't recorded in, what?
When was last
week
time?
and a half?
Cool, yeah, like
We got ahead.
Fact check, Jamie.
I went on holiday. I don't know if you can tell. I got a bit of a tan.
You do have a bit of a tan.
I actually have a watch tan. Look at that.
Oh, that's the first time you showed me.
Fact that I am officially able to tan and not burn. But today we are joined by Ben Black. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Technically, this is not your debut.
Yeah, I did the live stream.
The United City derby.
Liverpool.
Yeah,
City.
Yeah.
Liverpool City.
You replaced me.
Yeah, I was even sat in your chair.
Yeah, how did it feel? It was comfy, right?
It was better, actually.
Thanks.
Anyways, City. I want to start off with this week's results, if you don't mind. Because, look, City, Jesus. Jesus.
Yeah.
What did you win, 5-1?
5-1, yeah. But you know what's crazy? You're both Arsenal fans, right?
Yeah.
Apparently, he is going to Arsenal.
He's already pre-signed,
I think
isn't
his, surely his price tag's gone up a little bit. He's just scored 4 goals.
Rumour has it.
Yeah,
So
he knew he was being negotiated for, and then just went and scored 4 goals and got an assist. So.
I wish, you know what? I'm not even joking. I'm not joking. I almost put Jesus in over Werner this week, but I put Werner instead.
Ooh, that'd be good.
I saw that at the moment, Jesus is on, Jesus, he's on 3 million a year at City.
What does that break down to? 50, like 60 a week, something like that?
Is that it? Because he was signed as like a prodigy, wasn't he? He was like
The thing is, he was signed and he was meant to be like the replacement for Aguero almost when Aguero retired. But like he's just like he got really good and he's just never like that next like Haaland level.
Was he playing as a number 9 for City this weekend? Is that why he scored, or was he playing as a winger?
No, he was still out wide because Sterling was playing through the middle.
Serious?
Yeah. And
he bagged 4 goals in the year. So he's on about 58 grand a year, 60 grand a year.
He's just added another 20k a week on.
No, we're looking at buying him for 6 million a year. So times that by 2,
yeah.
he's on 120 grand a week. And I tell you what, at Arsenal, if he goes on 120 grand a week, I think that's a very good deal.
Honestly, I think Jesus, like, you know, when you look at a player and they just fit a team. Yeah. Like I could picture Jesus playing for Arsenal.
I think he could prosper, especially with the whole Arteta scenario at the moment. You know, he's really he's developing our youngsters, isn't he? Like if you look at our team,
he suits the mold.
He does.
Yeah.
He really and we need, let's face it, Arsenal do need a striker like Lacazette.
But he wanted to play. He wanted to be a winger at City, which is crazy. Yeah. Like he scores goals. He scored 4.
I think he's better out wide. I think
really.
I think he offers more out wide. I don't know. A number 9. He's not. Is he a Premier League number 9?
He could be.
Well, he's supposed to.
Henry,
he was supposed to be Man City.
Henry was a winger, and Arsenal converted him to a striker.
Yeah, but he's been under Pep for a long while, and even Pep.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, Arsenal are in need of a striker, and I feel like he could do the job.
Yeah,
I know it's a bit awkward timing. Obviously, Lacazette, let's face it, I think Lacazette is a good character to have in the dressing room. He's a good leader, but he's been dropped, and Nketiah's come in, and
yeah, we got Eddie.
My word,
what's happening with Martinelli? Like,
I love him.
I love him as well.
I love him. He obviously he burst onto the scene, didn't he? And we're like, oh my god. I tweeted he's the second coming of Pele, and everyone roasted me. Then he got injured.
Scores 1 goal against
Chelsea.
No.
He was the second coming of Pele. And he got injured. He came back, and then he like bagged on his return or something. He did something cool, and I quote tweeted it saying, "I told you it's the second coming of Pele." People were mad, but I think the Arsenal forwards going forward are a different class.
Yeah,
like our team against United, mate.
Yeah,
they had an average age of what, 35? Ours was about 19.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, not far off.
What did you think of the Arsenal United game?
Didn't really make much difference having Maguire or not, did it? So, I mean, within 3 minutes, I think Maguire would have cleared that ball. Instead, we got a goal from it.
Oh, for Nketiah's first goal.
He didn't score.
No, who was it? Who scored the first goal?
Tavares.
Oh, yes, of course he did. Saka assist.
Well, yeah, he shot. Well, it's a fantasy assist, didn't he? He shot the keeper, got saved, and then tapped it.
The reason why I'm a bit iffy is because I was on a run during the game. But I was running through the streets of New
Sorry,
Yorker.
so you've said, did you even watch the game? And you didn't watch the game.
I watched the last half an hour religiously.
So the point when it didn't matter, Xhaka had already scored the third of that.
The quality time of watching was high.
I saw Xhaka's goal. I watched. I basically got back to the hotel at half time.
Okay.
And I showered or whatnot. But the first half, I was running through the streets and I was running past all these sports bars, and I saw like, oh, we scored already. And then I saw my messages were coming through that Nketiah scored, and then it went to VAR, and I was like, shit, what's going on here?
Eddie scored. Saka got taken down during the assist. The assist that ended up being for an offside goal was reviewed by VAR, and then Saka scored the pen.
Yeah, and
bit of a weird moment, that like.
Well, that is a weird one.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it's not. If you think about it, they followed the rules completely fine. They scored.
No, but it's still strange to watch. Like, there's this whole 5-6 minutes process, and we score, gets ruled out, get a penalty, then score again. So,
imagine if we missed though.
Yeah.
That would have been a nightmare. But yeah, I was watching through and I saw we had a pen. I was like, oh, well, I'm gonna have to stop.
Isn't he now the youngest player to score back-to-back penalties in the Premier League?
That's true.
Yeah, I read it this morning. I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Yeah. Well, he got one against Chelsea, didn't he? And then he scored again.
Did he? I know he's got a pen. So obviously, City are selling Jesus.
Yeah.
You are. I don't know. Is it confirmed?
Yeah.
Is it confirmed? I don't. But
Yeah.
there's been no announcement. Just Fabrizio's confirmed it.
City Extra have confirmed it, which I mean that's all you need.
Haaland.
Yeah.
See, this is this is why I'm not too upset about Jesus going. Like, I really like Jesus, but if he goes and we get Haaland, no problems for me. I'm more than happy with that. This is what we need someone like a Haaland or Mbappe, like that,
a focal point.
Not a Kane though. Definitely a Haaland.
Like, I mean, I wouldn't have been upset with Kane because he's proven himself in the Premier League, but after I don't want him ever again.
Kane.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because all of the I'll go and then I won't go and then he ends up not going. Like you had your moment, mate.
Yeah.
Now you
Blew it.
Yeah.
Blew his chance to go City.
Yeah.
And now they've gone for Haaland, who, in my opinion, is better.
Yeah, and he's younger, isn't he? It's just
He
the
is
obvious
younger,
points. Like, he's younger, we'll get more out of him.
It's
Happy
funny because
days.
I said from the start I think City will get Haaland. I think Haaland is the best suit for City. Everyone laughed at me. What I can say. They're not laughing now.
Well, it makes sense if they're going to build a project for the future to buy a younger player. But the person I'd think
Now it makes
would
sense.
fit better at City would have been Kane because of how deep he drops, how creative he
And
would be
he's
in the
proven in the
number 9
Prem. That's a very big.
If he goes to City, you're getting at least 20 goals out of him minimum.
I mean, Haaland's not as much of a risk as other players who haven't played in the Prem, but it's still one of those what if he just what if he just not get?
I think there is absolutely zero risk on Haaland. If you look at the way when he made his debut for Dortmund.
Yeah.
All right. He was, how old is he? Not 18?
How old is he?
What was he at the time? 18, 19?
Yeah, around.
And he just banged a hat trick in his first week.
Right, so that
no, but
he's just like £100 million player.
In his first 16 games of Dortmund at that age, he's got 18 goals.
Yeah,
that's not the sign of someone who he doesn't need to click. He just does it.
Yeah.
He just does it. He's a goal scoring machine.
We've had this discussion about people that come over from the Bundesliga constantly, though, man. It's not a comparable
Haaland
league.
Is different.
Okay.
I don't see that. Haaland's probably one of the only exceptions because he's also done it in Champions League against Premier League teams.
On the international stage for Norway.
Yeah,
he bangs it for Norway, and
so does Josh King. Josh King scores a hat trick for Norway and then comes back and can't even get a shot off. And
Haaland does it in Champions League.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Watford aren't in the Champions League, so I mean that's a fair point. If that's
Watford looks like they are.
Yeah.
Heading down. Let's talk about the relegation battle at the moment because Watford and Everton just dropped in.
Yeah, I think
Norwich was the team.
Norwich was the one I was referring to. Yeah.
The two yellow teams.
I think Everton might. It's painful because in my eyes Everton are a Prem team.
Yeah.
I can't see them being.
They
in the
are a
Championship.
Prem team. They've never been out of the top division in history.
Yeah. It's not exactly like they don't have players Dele Alli should be a Premier League player. Yeah. It's stuff like that, right? It's what's going on?
Richarlison, Calvert-Lewin.
They're big names.
Everton are one of the top 10 spenders in Europe.
400 million over the past 5 seasons.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
I'm hitting you with football facts and ball knowledge right here. So
I think Leeds are going down. I still stand by it. I know, I'm going to get a lot of slack for it. Jesse Marsh looks like he's turned the corner a little bit, but watch it happen.
Well, I think Villa and Palace are probably safe 4 points.
Villa are surprising. They because they were really good and they're kind of just like tailed off.
It shocked me to see Villa in 15th. I can't lie. It's shocked
15th.
Me. Yeah.
Oh.
Newcastle.
Have they got a game in hand?
No. Sort of. Newcastle are up to 9th. That is obscene. Since January, since Eddie Howe took charge, they're top of the league.
That's not true.
It is true.
It's not true.
It is true.
Liverpool are first.
No, they're not.
They are.
Newcastle are.
No.
Fact check.
What's the fact? Sorry.
Points since Eddie Howe took over.
Yeah, it is Liverpool, but
it is Newcastle.
No, because Newcastle, I'm sure Liverpool and City have we've barely dropped points, whereas Newcastle, I think they must have dropped
they're third in the table in 2022.
My point being, Newcastle have absolutely turned the table, and
that's not the same point as saying they're first.
Everyone says, I saw this online. Everyone says, someone put a tweet out like, "Oh, if you spend 100 million in January, you're going to do well." It's not Eddie Howe. No, it's someone tweeted Eddie Howe for manager of the season.
A funny one that I saw was for this month, Burnley. You know how they've sacked Sean Dyche and Ben Mee's taken over.
Ben Mee manager.
He's going to be manager.
Give it him. Why not? Huh?
Liverpool.
Yeah. Thank you.
And we're Newcastle.
Third.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll hold the L on that one, but it was still a valid point. But yeah, what I was saying was, everyone's saying Eddie Howe manager of the season. Everyone's like, what? 100 million. But the reply was, look, there's a lot of clubs that spend 100 million.
I mean, in fairness, manager of the year's probably got to go to Klopp or Pep, really, isn't it? But I mean, from January, Eddie Howe's been incredibly impressive
because they haven't just they spent 100 million, but in this day and age,
it wasn't like stupid money like you see I don't know, like a United paying or something like that. Yeah. It was they made good quality signings, wasn't it? Yeah, very, very good.
And 100 million in this day and age, I don't think it's.
How many players they get with that? 5?
4 or 5?
Yeah.
But the players they got are doing amazing.
Oh, Bruno Guimaraes is.
Yeah, so good.
Who do you think the top 3 signings of the season are this season?
Luis Diaz.
Yeah, he's got to be.
He bicycle kicked, assisted.
Even he was definitely shooting, but it was a nice assist.
So Luis Diaz.
Yeah.
Who else?
Coutinho had his little moment, but he's not really done anything.
He did have it,
and it was only signing halfway through the season.
Luis Diaz was January as well. To be fair.
Bruno Guimaraes.
Yeah, but these are all January signings.
They're all January signings, aren't they?
From last summer, best signing.
I think January signings have been stinky.
Ben White. I know that sounds outrageous, but
he's not done a bad job, has he?
What about Pickford? Not Pickford. Ramsdale.
That is a good shout actually.
Yeah.
Again, with Arsenal signing, their recruitment's been top tier, I think.
Yeah,
I think they're building a good project there. You know how United are just rotten to the core and they need a proper reset. And then you look at what Klopp and Pep have done. They build projects and they build a style of play. I feel like that's what Arsenal are slowly getting to that point. Yeah, and it's Xavi's trying to do it with Barcelona, and that's exactly what United need to do as well.
Well, Ranić came out and said he was talking about Ten Hag being appointed and stuff like that, and he was saying, look, everyone was talking about it's a 5-year process. He goes, no, it's not. No offense to Pep and Klopp, I'm sure they haven't done it on their own. There's been a whole team around. He said we need to reorganize everything, and he said it's doable within a year.
But it's the important stuff that needs to happen. It's not just you change some of the players, you change the manager. It's the whole recruitment, all the academy and stuff like that. That stuff will make a huge difference. Foden came through City's academy, and it's big players. There'll be big players at Liverpool as well.
I think there's a lot of issues at United. Someone was also saying Ranić is struggling because the players just aren't listening to him.
Yeah,
there's a whole. I don't know what is a mentality shift or something that I think Pogba was one. They're just not listening. They're not. He's asked them to do a style of play, a style of play in a game, and they're just not doing it.
That's the big thing. They don't have an identity. City and Liverpool, you know exactly how they're gonna play and what they're gonna do.
Even Arsenal, so to speak, nowadays.
Yeah. But United just their identity is they play bad.
Yeah, and it's not a good look when I love Jesse Lingard, love him. I think he's unbelievable. He needs to go and play football. But why is he talking to Paul Scholes about how the dressing room no one listens?
Yeah,
he should go he should go back to West Ham.
He should,
or Newcastle.
Yeah, he should,
something like that. Because he's the sort of player I think with Jesus, they're not they're not gonna be a big name at their current clubs.
Yeah.
But if they go to somewhere and they can be a superstar, like Jesse Lingard was kind of like that superstar at West Ham.
People loved him there.
Yeah,
He was cult
he
hero.
needs to be loved as well.
I think that's Tammy Abraham.
Yeah.
It wasn't working out for him, and it would have been a risky move to go to Roma. But look at him now.
Well, it's funny you say that because a lot of Chelsea's current problems, their solutions are the people they sold.
Yeah.
The number 9 that they needed turns out to be Tammy Abraham. Centre back issue, Tamori.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Conor Gallagher.
I mean, well, they're loans, but I mean, like, actually getting rid of players that, if they'd have just kept and nurtured, would have
I love
improved
Conor
the team.
Gallagher.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
Really
I think
he's class.
he's mustard. That kid's
What do you
good.
think of Chelsea next season then?
Um,
They got a lot of
bit of
players
a-
coming back.
you got
First, I think with Chelsea next season, you got to see what happens by the end of like this season. Like, are they gonna get sold? Is someone good gonna buy them? Because that'll have a huge impact on where they end up next season.
True. Ladies and gentlemen, today's podcast is sponsored by our friends over at BetterHelp. Now, we've mentioned them on the pod before. They've sponsored this quite a few times. They're an online therapy service that allows you to talk through your problems, if you are indeed having any, and offers you solutions to your mental health issues.
Exactly. You know, a lot of people don't realize that when you're getting headaches, you know, your body's aching, it's not necessarily due to like a physical thing. It can be due to stress. For example, I actually do get headaches when I get stressed.
Do you?
I do, yes. So BetterHelp has helped me in so many different ways. Stress obviously shows up in so many different ways. So here's your reminder to take care of yourself, do less, and maybe give a bit of therapy a go through BetterHelp.
So if you visit betterhelp.com/pitch, you will be able to get 10% off your first month there. That is betterhelp.com/pitch. Back on with the pod.
Bye-bye.
I mean, they're already one player down. Tony Rudiger's going Real Madrid.
He is. He's going Real Madrid, yeah.
You've seen the difference in that defense between when he plays and when he doesn't.
Oh, I think
And how old's Thiago Silva? Like, what's he?
39.
So what's happening with their defense for next season?
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, mate, Rudiger to Real Madrid is unbelievable. Oh, I think what a signing that is. On a
Real
free. Isn't it on a
Madrid,
free?
Real
But they
Madrid are
don't-
going to be solid.
They
next
don't play in a
season.
back three, though, do they? Madrid.
Yeah, but I think he's so he can play in a back four.
I don't think he
Of
can.
course, mate, of course, Antonio Rudiger can play in a back four. I'm not
Do
being
you know
funny.
the last time he played? Do you know the last time he played in a back four?
No, but mate, listen.
It was Brentford 4-1.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Right.
As a Premier League centre back, all right. Growing up,
he's not a back
as
four.
a defender,
right.
a Premier League centre back, if they can't play in a 4-4-2 or a 4-3-3, why are they playing football?
Because styles of play develop differently.
As a centre back, you have to be able to play two at the back. Of course he can. I'm sorry.
I disagree. I think he's
Rudiger and
fraudulent in a back
Alaba,
four.
Rudiger and Eder Militao at Real Madrid, he's gonna play well. Carvajal at right back.
Some players just suit different formations better, man. It happens.
I think Real Madrid will be pretty good next season.
I
know.
Whether it's a
I'm
four or a
sure he'll
three.
be all right, but I don't rate him as a back four defender. I think he's amazing at left centre back and a
No,
back
but is that
three,
not because of the people he's with at Chelsea playing in a back
maybe
four?
it may be? Yeah.
If you put him with Courtois behind him, Carvajal to his right, Eder Militao to his
Yeah, but
left.
you got to realise this is a guy that runs 60 yards a game and takes about 40 shots from 30 yards out.
Mate.
He doesn't have the discipline to be a back four defender, mate.
David Luiz, look at him. He can do it. Real Madrid had Sergio Ramos at the back for 15 years.
Yeah, but he's ill-disciplined, but he knows how. He knows it can't keep going forward.
You're a hater, man. You're
I'm
a
not a
hater.
hater.
Wait, do you not enjoy
you're a
like
hater.
his runs?
I
Like,
love
but
it.
I love it. I think
He's the fastest guy in the Prem.
I think
He doesn't need to be in position. He can just run after them.
I think he's a quality footballer, but I just
I
don't.
think
Wait, there's-
Rudiger is the top 3 centre backs in the Prem.
Yeah, agreed,
Yeah.
I almost said he was the best, but then
No,
I remembered.
Van
When
Dijk,
Diaz
Diaz,
and
yeah.
and Van Dijk.
I'm sorry, quicker than Kyle Walker.
He is clocked the fastest speed in the Prem this season.
Yeah, but then if you put him in a race against Kyle Walker, who would win?
Rudiger.
Not a chance.
Why is Kyle Walker not clocked the fastest speed?
Probably because he just goes at a
He's
jog
a right
and
back, so he sprints all the time.
Nah, I still.
Do you think Laporte's better than Rudiger? Out of interest.
Like my City side says, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But also, Laporte sometimes makes he's got like a bad error in him sometimes, and it is like pretty painful to watch.
And he doesn't have the pace Rudiger has.
Yeah, but also like Laporte's like a solid defender.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I'd say they're similar level.
Yeah,
Like
I'd
I'd say
agree.
there's like your Van Dijk and your Diaz are like the top of the top, and then you've got
Agreed.
this next level of like Rudiger, Stones, Laporte, yeah, around there. Maybe Matip or something like that. I don't know.
Ben White. You know who I think?
Little tib.
You know who I think is going to do really well next year? Who's going to go on leaps and bounds? Gabriel.
Really?
Because he's only like 22, 23, isn't he? He's very young.
Really?
He's very young.
I thought he was older than that. I thought he was like
can we check how
mid-twenties.
old he is, Jamie, please? I think he's like 22 or 23 years old.
I thought it was older than that.
Nah.
It makes sense.
I honestly
It
thought
makes
he was
sense
like
if that's our average
24
age.
at max.
Yeah, possibly.
I thought he'd be like.
He's 24.
Yeah, 24 at
24.
max. There you go. So
That's
if
crazy.
you look at our defence,
Yeah.
Ben White, how is he? 22?
Yeah, young.
23? Living up on holiday last year.
Do you ever just think it's like a bit weird that we're like older than a lot of like Premier
I
League
always
players?
think. I always think this how upsetting it is to be like,
Yeah.
Don't.
man, these guys.
Don't.
I feel like a
The
little
dream's
kid.
never over.
Yeah, but in my head, I'm still as young. I'm still like,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm younger than them.
It's not
But-
over.
And then you
Yeah.
look at your actual age, I'm like, oh my god, I'm.
It's not over till it's over, mate. There's still a chance.
Playing for Arsenal.
I will play. One day I will make my debut for Arsenal, age 33. I'll come on.
Double signing Jesus and Theo.
Can you imagine?
You're playing the Arsenal Creator Cup or something.
Oh, put me in the Emirates Cup.
Yeah, but
Yeah, do you not
the
think?
tournament that we always win because it's like invented by us.
No, we never win. We always just give it.
Yeah, it's true.
Give it to like Benfica or someone like that.
Benfica.
But it's true. We all look,
Yeah,
give it to,
yeah.
like,
No, I
Celtic.
swear we won it like 2 years ago. No.
I didn't even know it was a thing still.
Oh, maybe it isn't. I don't know. We should probably fact check that.
Is the Emirates Cup still a thing?
Yeah.
So you're signing Haaland this summer.
Hopefully.
Who would you get anyone else, or do you think that is that all you need?
We've got Alvarez coming
Yeah,
from
yeah, I think
Argentina
he's-
as well.
That's just another striker, or is he a winger?
Yeah, no, he's meant to be like the Guerrero 2.0.
Yeah.
So you've
But that's
so
why.
it's signing two strikers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like Haaland's like a different level. Like that would be like a massive sign.
It's
I'm
also
pretty happy.
it's also a hugely commercial signing as well.
Yeah.
Like you've picked up
Second
The-
Aguero.
what? No, I mean
No,
like
Haaland.
Erling Haaland. You've
Oh,
picked
yeah.
up like one of the, if not the biggest name in
World football.
world
No, but
football.
also that's kind of true. Like you get like a South American who's one of the biggest names in South
The
America.
whole of South Africa
Yeah,
starts
yeah.
at Man City. Do you think if you get him, would you shove him out on loan?
What? No, he's out on loan at the moment.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
as,
you already
as in,
got
like,
him?
Yeah,
we
he's-
bought him and then he
You
stayed
think
at
out
his
on
club.
Yeah.
But like,
You might want to loan him out to like a European side.
but this is the thing. Like, if like we don't have a striker at all at the moment, maybe Jesus can play there.
Yeah.
Like most teams have two strikers. We don't play without a striker. So if Haaland got injured, maybe
Yeah,
it'd
yeah.
be good still to have
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
him. But it starts getting like we've got a lot of players, and like you need
Yeah, yeah,
that
you
squad
actually
depth.
do.
But at what point is it like we've just got like too many where like a big name isn't even making the bench?
Well, you got to remember that the new Premier League rule is 5 substitutes.
Yeah.
So that actually
Yeah,
that
it
actually
actually
makes
helps you even more.
Pep calls for
Yeah.
it all the time, like, "Oh, please, can we have 5 like substitutes?" And he still only makes 1 substitute right
That's-
at
but
the
that's
end.
what I
But
mean,
you know
like,
what?
you've got to-
This is written in the stars for City to go on an absolute rampage.
Yeah,
of
it's
winning
done now.
titles.
It's done. If
Yeah.
if any other team wants to win it, now is the year to do that.
Yeah.
Like Liverpool have to win it this year because I just think,
No one can match City's squad depth.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No one.
But I had this conversation the other day. Liverpool are not like
Nah.
you've got
yeah,
solid squad
they
depth
do,
now.
yeah.
But I think for the first time in like a long time, you can look at your like front three and still be like, well, we've brought in Jota and Diaz.
Hmm.
It always used to be Mane, Salah, Firmino. Now you've got those actually like 2 forwards.
Look,
Yeah.
I don't want to be disrespectful to the Liverpool team, and obviously they're all class. But like, if you look at the bench against Everton, okay, Konate, it's all right. James Milner, Joe Gomez, Jordan Henderson, Curtis Jones.
You're
Tsimikas.
underselling these players, man.
Yeah.
I know, but if you actually deepen and compare it to City's bench,
Yeah, but okay, well, yeah, but in terms
no,
of
they are. Don't get Liverpool squad depth is second best in the league probably. But
Yeah.
City are at a different level. No one's beating them to the league.
yeah, but these you've listed players that
I
have
know.
already won.
I know.
Champions
But the
Leagues
point
and-
is, no one can touch City's depth. No one.
I think Liverpool are
I
definitely
don't
like
know about that one. I mean, like they have what Cancelo plays left, right back every other week, man.
yeah,
They
we've
don't-
got that. I mean, our left back. We got Zinchenko. He's pretty solid,
Yeah.
and Ake can play there as
Yeah,
well.
he
I
can.
think even Stones has played there at points.
yeah, Stones
Like,
plays right back. doesn't he?
I'm a deluded City fan. I'll
Yeah.
still say like Liverpool have got like very solid squad. I think for the first time in a long time as well. But every Liverpool fan I've met has always said like, I just hate the fact that we've got our best team that we've ever had, and City are still still ahead of us somehow. It's like any other season, if City weren't there, like you would have won easily without a doubt.
This season, I think points wise wins.
Well,
what 10
both,
plus Premier League?
We've got 5 games remaining for the City and Liverpool, and they've both got more points than when Leicester won the league. Leicester won the league with 77 points.
Did they?
Liverpool on 79, City on 80.
That is mental.
That is mental. Like, that's actually insane.
Yeah.
I talk about obviously City going on a rampage. I think actually I'll take that back. I think it's going to be a Liverpool City rampage for the next 3 years if Chelsea don't get someone to buy them.
I mean, look, Tottenham. I don't want to. That's a bit deluded to say that, but also they've been looking pretty good recently. When you got Conte, you've got like a very solid manager. Yeah. It's actually like, you know, you don't know.
And the signings they've made have been just hit the ground running, haven't they?
Yeah, like, Kuleveski's so good.
Very good, very good. I want to touch on Barcelona, please, if you don't mind.
Well, there's one team that you are forgetting who potentially could challenge for the title.
Arsenal.
No. They're playing black and white.
Bloody Nuke.
That's a long-term project. Next season, no.
2-3 years time, you never know.
I think 2 years, 3 time they will.
That's what I'm saying.
100%.
Yeah.
They've got a good foundation at the moment, and now it's like you start to bring in the bigger names.
They're winning constantly with like a second string team that's basically.
But they might have like a lot of hype, like a lot of like football's like a lot to do with like momentum. They've got a huge amount of momentum. They've brought in good players. I think if they start bringing in like maybe 2 bigger names and then they bring in another team big names in the next transfer window, it's like that starts to look like a pretty scary team.
You always need to build when you're on top.
Yeah.
And they got a good coach. Eddie Howe.
They're just following the path of what City did.
Yeah.
But Eddie Howe as a manager, I think he's
the
right man.
Yeah.
He's the right man. He's such good man management.
Yeah.
So
they should be quite smart as well with like all of the like facilities, the recruitment, everything just needs to be like better and better and better.
Yeah, they're good. I wouldn't surprise me if within 5 years they've got plans to build a new youth centre.
Probably.
Like I said, how City,
just around the corner for the kids.
No, a youth academy.
Right.
Not a youth centre. Not like a place to go on a Saturday morning or after school. Not a youth centre. A youth academy centre.
Fair play, Saudi.
I mean, when you like, I got what you were saying. Like, eventually, like, I was
you know how City have got like, I don't know, like 40 mansions.
But you know, you're saying that, yeah. City are building like so much extra stuff, like building like the arena right outside the stadium, like developing a lot of the area.
They're ahead of the time. They're investing in the community as well as
So Leicester.
Yeah.
Leicester's new training ground is huge.
That's not investing in the community, is it? That's just making their own training facilities bigger.
I think they do a lot for the community.
Like what?
You know,
I'm from Leicester, so let's hear this out. Come on.
Let's hear you. You're from
Leicester. No, come on. What did Leicester City do for the Leicester City community?
Their food banks.
That's not. How do you know that? It's not true.
Google it.
Right.
Google it. Leicester City food banks. Football club food banks.
But most football clubs do food banks, don't they? Really?
Am I wrong?
I know, you're right. They're probably like every team's going to do stuff, but I think Man City are on that like next level. And I think Newcastle, if they're smart with it, you don't make like a winning team just by going like, oh, we're just going to focus on like because we tried to do it at the start. We brought in like Robinho and all of these like superstars. Like Real Madrid do it sometimes as well. They'll bring in, sometimes it works and they just like,
sometimes
they're
it doesn't. Hazard.
Yeah. And it's just like, if Newcastle go along and they just get like the biggest names out there, they don't play as a team. They'll get ripped apart.
I don't think Newcastle really have an issue of doing that though, because that club is so intertwined with the actual city itself. And I don't think they're ever going to get ahead of like
what they are.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know, their supporters will bring that club back down to its roots.
I'm so happy to see it. You know.
Yeah, me too, man. I think
they
it's
deserve
sick.
it. They're one of the biggest clubs. They're one of the biggest clubs in the UK. You know, they had such a big fall from grace. They were battling Champions League. Within 2 years, they were relegated.
Yeah.
It's the downfall of Santiago Munez. Why did he leave the club? Honestly. What was the other one? What was the other bloke called?
Oh, they went Madrid.
Jay Harris, I think.
Thingy Harris.
Yeah.
Something Harris.
But anyways, Barcelona.
Yeah.
Are they your second team? Your European team? Your Spanish team?
The way I do it is
my second Pep team.
Bayern Munich.
Yeah. I like most people like follow players. I follow Pep. Guaranteed success.
Yeah,
no, like I I'm a City fan, like through and through. I'll never wear another Premier League.
Are you
like,
originally from
t-shirt.
Manchester?
So both my parents grew up in Manchester, and
Right.
then I grew up like an hour south.
Okay.
But like it was, I mean, Stoke maybe was like a closer Prem team at the time, but like my dad said, you're either a City
Yeah.
fan or you're out the house. And this was way before we were rich. Like I had a season ticket the first year we moved into the new stadium. Like I got pictures of me like as like a little kid and like with old sponsors like Thomas Cook and stuff like that. That's like
Stephen
That's
Island.
Michael Johnson prime time.
I literally have to tell people like I was a City fan way before we got rich because it's like
a lot of City fans get sick, don't they?
Like a lot of the new fans, like it is like it happens with anything that's successful. You're gonna get people that jump on board. But I was a fan like long before, and the way I do it is I'm a City fan through and through. Like if they play against anyone in the world, I back City 100%. I'll never wear another Prem team, but when it goes to like I'll wear like a Barcelona, I'll wear Real Madrid. I prefer my Spanish team would be Barcelona. I literally live like 10 minutes from the new camp.
Yeah, you literally live in Barcelona, didn't you?
Yeah. And like you know when they beat PSG and I forgot they have like a special name for La Ronaldo or something like that. Yeah. But
the Sergio Roberto.
Yeah. When that goal went in, I could hear the cheers from like my apartment, and it was going nuts. So it was like honestly fireworks going off and everything, and then honestly partying all through the night. But yeah, Barcelona is definitely my Spanish team. I'd say I edge towards Dortmund in Germany, but I like Germany's like the only weird one.
Shock coincidence that the best Dortmund player is now coming across to the team that you also support.
Like the only weird thing about that is I don't mind Bayern. Like I don't It's one of those ones where I always think you can't like two rival teams. That's just like, but I kind of do with Dortmund.
I think it's because we're not a Barca fan or a Dortmund fan or something like that. I think like I talked about this before, didn't I? I love Real Madrid, but I also love Barcelona. It's like
I'd always choose Barcelona or Real Madrid though. But I'd want to see a good game of football. Like if they were playing against each other, I'd hope Barcelona win. But if like Benzema scored a worldie, I'd have no problem.
For me, growing up, I was obsessed with the Galacticos.
Yeah.
But every photo I've got as a kid, I'm wearing a Barca shirt and I'm outside of Camp Nou.
I just feel like Barcelona more of like
that's prime Theo Baker right there.
I was like, what's wrong with it? I love the play. I wish the players who played for Real Madrid played for Barcelona.
Fair enough.
Then I'd be in heaven.
You have player attachments, right? It's not necessarily a club thing, but
caca. Yeah. One thing I actually want to mention, you talked downstairs. Sorry, Mum. Mum's trying to kill me. You're talking about City like being ahead of the curve in sort of every sort of step of the way.
Yeah.
You mentioned about the new tunnel thing they got.
Yeah, well, I think it's been around for like 2 seasons or so. It's not like it's a new thing, but it's not like they introduced it like last week or something. It's like they basically, you know how like players like line up in the tunnel before the game, like, and they're like sometimes it's like the pull out thing or whatever. Yeah. Well, at City they've taken the walls out and they've replaced it with glass, and it's like a hospitality, so it's like really good service as if you're in like a box or whatever. And then you go in, and firstly you can stand in there when the players walk in, and then all the players like will walk past you. And the really cool thing is when they're all lining up in the tunnel before the game, like there's just like a glass wall, and you just like turn, and it's just like De Bruyne's like stood there.
Now that you mention it, you didn't do the hide and seek video with Cal, did you?
No, I did not. I couldn't. I was away.
Spurs have it as well.
Do they?
Yeah,
really?
Yeah. I've just realised because I remember one of the off limits sections was like a viewing next to the
tunnel.
Yeah, but they don't call it a tunnel. They call it like a mixer room or something.
Mix zone.
Yeah, mix zone. Yeah. But you can
where they do the interviews.
Yeah, kind of, but a little bit around the corner from that. But yeah, there was definitely like a hospitality section that you could look in towards as people gather.
But it is literally like the it's just like one.
It's like you're in with them, isn't it? It's like an immersive experience.
It's like, and obviously you see them coming in at halftime. Like after, you see a lot of stuff that you don't really realize. Like after the game, like some of the players like stood about like chatting to each other.
Yeah.
I saw like Zinchenko like walked over to like their like changing rooms and stuff like that. And the coolest thing about all of it is before the game, so you know like the players go and warm up, you can walk out onto like not on like the actual grass pitch, but you know at the side they've got like the artificial part. You can literally walk right up to there. And Kyle Walker's obviously injured. He walked out before the game. The managers walked out before the game. And Kyle Walker just came over and like started saying hello to everyone. So we were with like this like little girl, and she was like got like a photo and everything signed like just before the game. It's like for like kids, like I mean, like I'm like a big kid. Like I was
Yeah.
like I was trying to act like pretty cool. Like, yeah, I do this sort of stuff all the time. But I was there like, oh, the players are walking right past me.
Yeah, man, I think that's so sick. I think more clubs should start doing it because
it's
They
like
are
that extra
transitioning,
like
right?
they are transitioning. Yeah, but it's like there was always such a fucking just a divide between the players and the fans.
access. Like no, they
Access,
were
yeah.
so like closed off. You'd never ever like get to see any of that. But like everything's so much more connected now with like social media. You feel way more like players will come onto like this podcast and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's like this is just like another step in the direction of like you get to actually experience a bit more. Have you seen that the managers might do
Half-time? Yeah, what do you think of that?
Oh, we all could arrive
I
at the same
think-
point. That was cool.
I'm a bit confused by it because it'll be sick for the viewer to be like, what's going on at half time? But when do they do their team talk?
Well, no, they'd definitely be like, you have a minute, and that's it. As soon as that minute's done, they're in or something like that. But imagine like Pep imagine the City Liverpool game, and it's like I don't know, we're getting battered 3-0 at half time, and he has to do an interview with Pep. Like what would happen?
There?
Yeah.
I bet they're going to start throwing their assistants under the bus and you do it for me. You do it for me.
Pep would never do that interview, would they?
I don't think he would.
Yeah.
He's too hot-headed anyway, isn't he? Like he just knows that
Oh.
there'd be like 200 stories the next day of how he like, exploded on camera.
Imagine 47th minute, +2 injury time, penalties given to make it 1-0. It wasn't a penalty, but it's still given. Your manager fuming. Hello there, mate. So what do you think of the first half? You fucking know.
Yeah. It's good content.
It'll be great content.
Yeah.
I think it's like football's like the actual game. Like it was probably like it's similar to like it's still football.
Yeah.
But it's just like these extra things that are making it more
I
and
think
more like.
there's one thing they should do before they do that, and that is micing up the refs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Like that would stop so much of like the shouting at like
Yeah.
in rugby, how there's so much respect and it's like there's no one getting in the referee's ear and stuff. Like you'd have a better impression of a lot of players as well.
You haven't. They've mic'd them up in the A. Is it the A League in Australia? It's the A League, isn't it? Yeah, they mic'd them up.
Yeah.
Wait, do they do that for every game? Well, I know they did it for one
I don't know
game.
if they do it every game.
It's quite regular.
It's quite regular.
yeah.
Yeah, I think
If they did a camera as well, that would be very cool. As like I
Referee
don't know why
camera.
Sky don't do that or BT or whatever.
they could do that because they've got cameras in the net. Why can't they just whack one on GoPro?
Like literally no, like they could have like a very like cameras are tiny. Like come
Like
on,
a
they've got
police
them in
cam.
F1s.
Police cam.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true.
They got them in their helmets for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
Why can't we get one on ref's thing?
Yeah.
And it would be really interesting. Some of the language would be very foul, but it'd be interesting.
It might
you could
expose
hear-
a lot of
You
players.
could hear it a little bit during COVID season.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some interesting stuff.
Yeah, it
there.
was.
Like you seen the one of Rob Holding when he like knocks into Traore. Traore falls over and he turns down and he goes like ref gives it as a free kick and he just screams some pretty.
Doesn't he like
Tasty.
you built like a brick shit house?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got a fair point to be fair.
Yeah. Oh, he's doing it right now.
Rob
Traore or
yeah.
Rob Holding?
Well, both.
Yeah, transplant's looking good.
Yeah.
Traore's-
Gabriel's as well.
Holdings.
Traore is a solid signing for Barcelona though.
I think
He's been
all
good.
their signings been solid.
Yeah, Aubameyang's turned up, and then this whole like new like,
Xavi
yeah.
era.
Do you think you'll get Lewandowski? Because he's obviously expressed interest to go.
City. Oh,
Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Barcelona, sorry.
The
The second team.
No, I don't really see Barcelona like I don't watch like yeah, I watch
Okay.
like maybe a big game. My team is City, but they might do. I honestly have no idea. Like why if Lewandowski, why would you leave? I mean, maybe he feels like he's done
Just want
everything.
to
he
do a
would.
change that scene. It
I-
won't be for the money. It'll be for his career.
I was talking.
You also get to live in Barcelona.
Yeah,
You
no,
might
thi-
just want to have the experience of living
This
in
is something we were
Spain,
saying the other day about Salah. It's like, all right, you've lived in Liverpool, great city and stuff, but like, it must be pretty cold for him and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, why would he not want to go and like play in
Real
go
Madrid,
to his
Barcelona,
like
yeah.
as a life decision?
Exactly,
Like,
yeah.
This is the thing that people don't really like think about. Like they look at players and it's like you are a player, or you like you're playing for Liverpool, but
Yeah.
it's like. Well, actually, as like a life decision,
Yeah.
I'd love to go and like live in Spain. I'd love to.
Imagine for Salah as well. If he moved to like a Barca or Real Madrid, I think obviously Liverpool fans are one of the best fans in the world. But I think if you go to a Barca or Real Madrid, his whole demeanor will just go up another level. He's already got 50 million followers on
Yeah.
Instagram.
Mm.
That happens if you go to like a Real Madrid or
Yeah.
Barcelona.
Yeah.
Like I think they're like the two like big teams where you'd get the whole like.
I'll give you one. I watched it on an Arsenal website recently. Who at Arsenal Football Club, obviously think of this. What
Is
you
this a
will.
quiz question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who at Arsenal Football Club has the most Instagram followers?
Oh.
It might be like Erdegaard, maybe.
Oh, I think that's probably right. Maybe. Yeah, he was a Real Madrid wonder kid.
The answer is El Nene.
Oh, just
Really?
no,
The
but
Egyptians.
the thing is, yeah,
Salah's got 50 million.
Oh, it makes sense.
He's got-
you have like a big player like Mahrez for City,
Yeah.
or like they control like a whole. They are gods in their country,
Yeah.
and like a lot of these are like business like
Yeah,
signings.
yeah.
You get like Son for Tottenham.
Yeah, 100%.
The whole of like South Korea just absolutely
That's why,
like
that's why
adore
they're
him.
never getting rid of him. They'll never let him leave. Please.
Say
Any
please.
other club. He's like, no,
El Nene's
we
got
own
4.5 million
Asia.
followers. He's 4.5 million followers. El Nene.
And that's the
4.5
most.
million.
Yeah. At Arsenal, yeah.
Wait, Erdegaard doesn't have more than 4.5.
No. I'm guessing Aubameyang might have done.
You know what's crazy? Like people like Jesus.
This could be a Theo Baker quiz question.
No,
that he-
no, it's correct. Martin Odegaard has 3.5. El Nene, look, 4.5.
You know what? Go on Jesus. This will.
He'll have
this
loads,
will-
won't he? 16 million Brazilians.
Yeah.
Signed
and, like,
Brazilians.
South America, man.
yeah, it's crazy.
Football loving continent.
This is one thing I feel like we're like really naive
oh,
with
hugely.
like how big the rest of the world
yeah,
is. Like,
absolutely.
we're-
But that's
like,
why I think clubs like Barcelona and Real Madrid kind of transcend the opinion of European football. Because obviously, like Liverpool, Man United, there are a lot of fans global, worldwide, Asia, Africa is quite big for like Man United and Liverpool, really, isn't it? But like South American fans,
nuts.
yeah,
That's what,
crazy.
that's what if I had to choose, obviously there's quite a lot, but I'd love to go to like a River Plate match or like
yeah.
You know where that t-shirt's
Corinthians.
from?
Yeah, Corinthians. I'd love to go to a South American football match to
Yeah.
experience what that's actually like. I bet it's something
I think it would be like
out of this world.
scary.
Well, even going to the Marseille Nice game, that's the most scared I've ever been at a game.
Yeah.
Marseille fans, they're different.
But
They're-
these are all
they're
countries
controlled by Samir Nasri and Benzema.
orchestrated.
Yeah, the head
But
of the mafia.
these are all countries that have experienced success for a long while on international level.
Yeah, true.
So they're used to
Yeah.
a certain level of football, aren't they? Really?
Yeah. I want to touch on obviously Ben. You know, you do TikTok,
Yeah,
YouTube.
TikTok.
You work a lot with
Pretty
Nike.
good at TikTok.
Yeah, my YouTube's been doing pretty
Yeah,
good. I had a
that's-
million views this month.
I noticed.
It's
I
crazy.
noticed. 4.4.
4.2.
4.2. I was close.
More
Oh,
than
4.4
I'd-
because I was thinking of El Nene.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a little bit to work for.
Yeah, me and
Um,
Nanny. Yeah.
You obviously work a lot with Nike, which
Yeah.
gives you opportunities to work with a lot of players.
Well,
not necessarily
Not
religious.
recently.
Yeah.
Nike. Like a lot has been like a lot of shoots been with like Puma.
Oh, nice.
But also just like the Premier League direct.
Different brands.
Yeah.
But you get to work with a lot of players. Who was the first player you worked with that you were like, mad fam?
Wait, like as in like wait, like first player that I've met or
But
like
first that you
player
were
that I've
like,
actually
you were
like.
gassed by. Oh, okay, first you met, and then first you were like, shit, this is mad.
Okay, like I don't like. I love football. Like my life is football.
Yeah.
So the first time that I ever got to like just meet a player, it was an Adidas event, and it was nuts. They, you know, the Predator. They'd like Predator Instinct. They like
Yeah.
released
Yeah.
it, and they did this whole event. And I didn't get to speak to any of the. I got to speak to one player there actually, but there was Mark Noble. I was
That's
wetting
sick.
myself.
Mark Noble's banging, yeah.
But so there was Mark. I'll start with him, and then there was Loftus Cheek, I think, and then Steven Gerrard and Oscar.
Very nice.
And I got photos.
Stevie G.
And Oscar when he was at Chelsea.
Yeah, big.
And he was big name. I like with all four of them, I was shaking so
Yeah,
much, and I
yeah.
was like, "Excuse me, can I get a photo, please?"
Yeah, just
and then it's like,
a blurry
how
photo.
"Oh, you know who else was there? KSI." And I was just and Mini Minter.
Go on.
I was just as actually and Toby Jizzle. I was just as excited to meet them as the players.
How old were you at this point?
Maybe like 16, 17.
Yeah.
Like around that age, something like that.
So they were getting you involved from an early age then. Like,
But this is like this different. This was an event that you don't get paid for, and it's literally you get to
Right.
go,
Yeah.
and the players walk through, and you can like get a quick photo. But
But
I
it's
remember,
still cool to be like to be recognized and invited at such
yeah.
an age.
But there was like a whole like group of us, like you know, like the brands they'll just do it like they'll have a list and they'll go, all right, we'll
Yeah,
invite
I know.
these guys. They can just go on the guest list.
Yeah.
They like nothing. They can just go and
Yeah.
like do the experience or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And then you have like that next level of like, all right, these people can have time with the players and we're gonna pay them or
Yeah,
whatever. But I remember speaking to Mark Noble and I was like, oh, this is like, I'm speaking to like a real professional
Yeah.
footballer, because like this is the first time in my life that it was like not just watching them and like I was next to them, and I'd never like waited outside a stadium or anything like that, so I'd never had any interactions. But this was, you're there, and he put my channel in his notes. He probably deleted it straight afterwards. But like it was a big
He
thing
might
for
have checked
me.
it out though.
Well, this is the thing. I'll always remember that. And I interviewed him like literally 3 weeks ago, and I said, "You were the first football player that I ever spoke to, and you were like, you gave me your time, so I really appreciate it."
Did you mention the notes?
Yeah, I said, you like put your thing in, and he's like, obviously he didn't remember it,
Yeah.
but it was like, it was weird how like it felt like a full circle moment.
Did you
go
ask
from like
him?
that.
Yeah.
Did you check out my channel then?
No, because I was doing like an interview. I sat down with him for like half an hour, and you just get to like speak to him. But it was more of just like at the end, I was like, just as a little passing comment.
But it's
like,
sick, isn't it, for you now? Because like you've gone from that to with the Premier League stuff. You sit down and you have a lengthy chat with these guys.
Yeah,
So you actually get to know them on more of a personal level, don't you?
Yeah, and like you also speak to them when the cameras like.
Yeah.
I mean, it is very rushed, and it's not like, oh, we'll go out for a cuppa or whatever. But it is like you do get to kind of see them in there, because it's at the training ground as well.
Yeah.
It's a very comfortable environment for them.
Yeah.
Like that's where they go every day, and they're like with all their mates and stuff like that. Ben White, I was at the Arsenal training ground. Ben White walked past me. He's my arch nemesis, you know. I'm Ben Black.
Oh, Ben Black and Ben White.
Yes, he interrupted my interview with Martinelli, but I don't know if it'll
With
make
a bit
the
of
cut.
banter.
Yeah, well, he just like he walked in the background. He just started like kicking the footballs that were all like part of the set. He was like, "What do you do in that situation?"
Yeah,
He's from around my area. Some of his mates played in Garden FC.
Oh, down south.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you meant where you
Yeah.
currently live. I was like, is he?
We've met Ben White before.
You have. I wasn't on that holiday.
What holiday?
The one that never happened.
Anyways.
Moving on.
Let me just scroll. I'll do it for you, so you don't have to, Ben.
Well, I'm just gonna answer the other question, like the first player.
Oh, you were like majorly gassed by.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Apart from that,
but well, at that event was like Gerrard, and like even like I remember posting that photo on Facebook, and all of like the people who like laughed at the YouTube were quite like, "How did you do this?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
where is he?" But like,
whoa, you're not laughing now.
No, but there was one. Honestly, every single one has been like I don't. It's still like
Who's
very
the most
cool.
recent one that you've been taken aback by then?
What? Because I like it's literally recently. It's been every week. It's been like interviewing a different player. Like I don't even like. It's really
normal,
weird
isn't
to
it?
say, but you get very like
Desensitized.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
that's
you do.
the
No,
word.
it's 100%.
But probably like any City players are pretty cool, just because it's like it's City.
Who's your
That's like a
favourite City
personal
player?
one. De Bruyne are fun. I film with both of them, and like
They seem like they're good to work with as well.
Yeah,
they
Foden-
get heavily involved.
Foden was a super down to earth guy, which is like kind
Yeah.
of unexpected considering he is like
Prodigy.
he is a god.
Generational talent.
Yeah.
And then Foden just wanted to play football, and like I'm very similar. So we
Is
were
it-
just free. He loves to freestyle as well.
Does he?
Does
Yeah.
he?
Like
Wasn't he on Soccer AM freestyle? Was it Foden? I know Sterling was on it, wasn't he? Do you remember Skills
Oh,
School?
Skill School.
Yeah.
Was he?
Jordan Henderson was on there. Sterling was on
There
there.
was a video of Foden doing skills when he was younger.
Oh, maybe it was that I'm talking about.
But also with him, like at the England training camp, they did like these interviews with the players in like the Lions Den.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
Josh Denzel
Yeah,
showed
yeah,
him
yeah.
like one of my videos,
Yeah.
and like Foden was like, "Oh, this is sick," and I was like, "Yeah."
Oh, mate, I had one of my Garden FC goals reacted to by Bellingham and Saka.
Saka, yeah.
No
seen
way.
it,
Yeah. Yeah.
That is
Fucking
that's
worldy, by the way. They could have done that. But let me do this so you don't have to, Ben.
sick. Okay.
For the viewers at home, this is if you're looking to get into football or YouTube, keep working at it because
Looking to get into football
YouTube
content
creator, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Work hard because you will meet some amazing people. So
You're just going to showcase his list of.
yes, I am.
Okay, nice.
Cafu, Yaya Toure, Townsend, Cal the Dragon,
That's a big
Ruben
one.
Diaz, Cristiano Ronaldo,
That's a good name to have.
Cal the Dragon Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Pulisic, Braithwaite actually that was a banger.
No,
one.
yeah, we need
we'll
to
touch
talk
on
about
that.
Braithwaite.
A load of Man City's players like Cancelo.
I pretty much met most of the first team now.
Varane, Pickford, Edison, Ian Wright, just Aguero, Joe Gomez, Jorginho. It's an Andy Robertson. It's a Neymar.
Yeah,
just drop him in there.
De Bruyne,
Mason Mount. It's a never-ending list. Yeah, wait, yeah.
I've got like one thing I started doing is like I've got a whole because like
I went on the players playlist on TikTok.
Yeah, like I've got a whole folder on my phone of just like players that I've like met and or like the behind the scene footage and stuff like that. Because it's like this is like sort of stuff that I'm thinking when I'm older and I've got kids and like I'm like they'll know Ronaldo, like they'll know Neymar,
but they'll be like Maradona was to
the
us.
equivalent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I'll be like, look, I was with him.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Well, the Braithwaite thing is mad, you know.
Yeah.
Explain this because I.
Wait. So I think the best way to do it is just explain how all of this came about, and then because that leads quite nicely into the Braithwaite thing.
Let's do it.
So I film with like some players, like how like a lot of like creators like get opportunities. Like you get like loads of opportunities.
Yeah.
Like one of the biggest names in like football, like on YouTube and stuff like that. So I had like a few videos like that, you know, I'm begging you out there. But then there's like, this is like, I feel like because of what's happened in the past, I've kind of gone on to that next level where it's like, it's ridiculous. Yeah. Like there's not like
genuine invites now by
like Braithwaite invited me to his house, which is like
personally.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like there was like TikTok were involved, but it was like him messaging saying like I went to his house and it was like, but so at the start, like I filmed with a few players and then TikTok came and they were like, okay, we want to make like a Nike advert on TikTok. Never done it before, and TikTok put forward three creators, and thankfully like they chose me. And
this was in Barcelona, right? And were you living there?
Yeah, I was actually living in Barcelona. This was like 2 years ago, 2020.
Yeah.
And they had like all these like Premier League players. There's an agency, and it's like, we're gonna do all we need you is for 3 videos. You're gonna be in the 3 videos. That's all your involvement is. And then I had a meeting with the agency, and it was quite funny because all of their like ideas were just my old videos. I did all these like editing tricks.
Yeah.
And it was like, can we do this? But can we have De Bruyne there and the other person like trying to tackle him? It's like, sure. I mean, I'm not going to say no, but I came up with some more ideas for them. And obviously Nike can like see all of this there on like the shoots and stuff.
Yeah.
And the first one I was very like just playing my role as like being in the thing. But the guy like directing it was really good. But because it's TikTok, it's like a little bit different. So I got like a bit more involved than what was probably expected.
Yeah.
And then next thing, like I felt like I was involved in the ideas a lot. I was I was like half and half directing it. And then I was also editing the videos. And the person from Nike seen this, and it's like, these are the ones where I got to meet De Bruyne and Foden. I wasn't doing anything for myself. This was all for, it's like this was not me being a creator. This was me being like actually
presenter, so to speak.
Like part of the agency almost, like having more of a role. And it was like, this is nothing to do with my own stuff. This is like purely for them. I start getting involved more and more. We do the whole shoot. We released a campaign, and like it got over 1 billion views on TikTok. But like it's like a hashtag campaign, so like obviously it's TikTok. The views are a bit different
but still, like, it's a success.
Like the actual views from the videos that we edited and uploaded got like 360 million. And then people uploading videos to the hashtag made it to like 1 billion. But it's like realistically it's like 360 million.
That's still massive.
That's
the main thing is it was like big, and they've basically gotten this like, because TikTok in 2020 was like on the right. It was like it was the moment where it really went from,
it was like lockdown, and TikTok was just like
exactly. So this goes up to the people at the Nike headquarters. Like a lot of people, they'll speak to the people at Nike UK, or they'll speak to an agency who'll speak to Nike UK, and then Nike UK go and speak to their headquarters, like the people at like in Seattle, and it's like in Portland, where it's like the big dogs. Like that's where it's like the next level stuff. I get put on a phone call after that thing gets released with the director of like football, or whatever his title was, like director of football at Nike Global. And like That's the
It's when you start speaking to the guys that have global at the end of
Yeah.
the day,
Yeah.
now we're talking.
Yeah,
now we're
we've
talking.
yeah. It's like, okay, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I have that this phone call, and they're in America, so I was having it like really late at night, and I'm like, oh, this is like well exciting. And he basically, the first thing he says is like well, blah blah blah. We love what you're doing, whatever. We have a shoot with Ronaldo in 2 weeks' time. Do you want to be involved? Bro, honestly,
Quite rhetorical at that point, isn't it?
Let me think about it.
Yeah.
But I just remember, I like, you know, when like on the outside, you're just like, yeah, like this would be great. Like I'd love that
I
opportunity.
think the opportunity would be great.
Yeah.
The content would be really good. Actually.
You put like the laptop down.
Yeah.
Mom, I've made it. This is the best thing ever.
Or you think you close the call and you just jump off and go, "Ooh," he's still got you on camera.
No, you just do a catch me and go.
But honestly, like when like that's where it's like a whole like like this is the biggest thing in my life, because it's not just like, oh, you get to, I'm directing Ronaldo on a shoot, and it is,
you're telling him what to do.
Nuts. So I like bearing in mind like this shoot just then was with like Foden, and like that's like massive. Like they had big names on that one: Reece James, Jorginho, Mason Mount as well, Tammy Abraham. It was meant to be Kane and Ronaldo and Rashford. Sorry, Kane and Rashford, but they were both injured, so they couldn't be in the videos. But like honestly, even like the UK campaign was sick. So like it's really like there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes. Like I had to make the videos that I was going to make with Ronaldo and send them to the people just so they had like a proof of concept. So I was like going out onto like these like 5-a-side pitches in Barcelona and like filming the video, picturing like this is actually what.
Did you get someone to play the part of Ronaldo?
No. Like I filmed, and because no one was in the videos with Ronaldo, so I just pretended to be him. And there was like 4 different videos, and I go to Rini, who was at Juventus at the time, and it is nuts, man. Like you get there, so it's like a normal like 4G pitch. They literally like barriered up like the sides of it with like covering, so no one could see that he was there. And there was like 4 layers of like security that you'd have to go through. The changing room, just like a
surely
normal...
at that point people on the outside are like, I wonder if it's Cristiano Ronaldo.
Probably. Well, it actually happened. So even like the changing room, they put in like flowers and like a sofa and stuff, just so he was like, it's understandable, comfy, but it felt like, oh my god, this is overkill. And he did a live stream with Tekka's kid, Lorenzo. He's a baller. He's like a really nice kid. I remember that. And so they do the like this live stream. Then like there's loads of stuff, and I was like the last like shit. Like, this is the thing as well. Like I was the last, right at the end, half an hour, and
but you got half an hour.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's a good thing.
That half
with
an hour,
Ronaldo.
That is. Oh my.
A lot of the time, if you get told you're on a shoot and you're like the last one of the day, it's like.
Yeah, it's very
been through
half an hour.
But because I did not, bro. Just even just to see him just sitting across.
But I mean, conversely, it can work on the sense of like they know that they're about to finish, so they give you.
So do you know how big half an hour is with any footballer, let alone Ronaldo? That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, half an hour Ronaldo is like what in dog years?
About 7 years.
Yeah.
But the thing about this one is that it got like so delayed, like it just like went on forever. Like he was there for like 3 hours or something, and then he's got to do the last shoot with me. He didn't want to be there, but he's like very professional. And I was told that I can bring like a filmer, like a camera person. But I knew in my head I'm filming everything on a tripod. I can do everything. I just got my brother to come with me because it's like it's an experience. But I told my brother filmed all the behind the scenes, and I'm getting him to like do something. We're doing editing tricks. So to film an editing trick is very like, they have to do it perfectly. And Ronaldo, he's a footballer. He's very good in front of the camera. But this is like a little bit different where you have to do a certain movement. And he did it like 4 times and he did it wrong. And I had like the decision in my head. Bearing in mind, there is like so much pressure on you. I was 21 and there's basically an entourage of about 30 people who come with him. And in the morning, I had to do a walk around with his like whole entourage, explaining exactly what I was going to say to him and everything that I was going to do. So when he got there was like nothing to like, they could basically have everything made sure it's all right. So I do that. And then I finally get to it. And I had this decision, like all the people from Nike are there, all of his entourage. He's done it wrong 4 times in a row. I'm like, I either bottle it and I just say, yeah, it's all good, and I try and make it work, even though I know that like the editing trick probably won't work. Or I say to him, like, I can see that he's ready to like just leave at this point. I'm just like, do I do it or do I just not? And I just ended up saying, I'm really sorry, mate, but you've just done it wrong. Can we do it like one more time where I'm explaining it perfectly? And as soon as I said it, he went like this, and I was panicking in my head. I was like, please don't say anything. But he did it, and on that one, he got it right. And after, like, I was buzzing because like, I think it's a big moment. Like Nike, like probably taking a bit of a risk. Like I'm
they
a
entrusted
kid.
you to,
but it shows that you weren't. You were a bottle job. Like,
I knew I knew like
you
this is
to
what
do a job.
Yeah.
And
also
at that point, it's reinforcing their belief that they knew you were the right person to do it.
But it was one of those, like, if I'd got him to do it like again after that one, I think it would have been too much.
Right.
And it would have been like, okay, we can't trust him next to a play because he's just pissing them off.
Yeah.
But also because of the live stream, all these kids started to know, like, they're recognizing the pitch. So we had like kids like coming over and like looking over the top and like shouting at him. And Ronaldo's like shouting at the kids to like go away. Yeah. And it's like, it just feels a bit wrong, you know? Like you're shouting at, like, you're Ronaldo, like someone else should be shouting at him. But we filmed the whole thing, and it was like the best thing ever. The worst thing about it, the videos never got released because it was literally right at the start of COVID, where all of the lockdowns were going in, and it was promo for a boot, and we went into lockdown before the boot got released. So they just held off on all of like the marketing, and it was like.
And by then he probably moved from Juventus.
No. As in, like, he has like so many boots coming out and like different ones. So it's like it was way too late, but we did it. I got all the behind the scenes, and those videos that getting behind the scenes got over like 20. Like, if you added all the views from just the Ronaldo ones, I've got probably like 30-40 million. And it's like, even the behind the scenes, like, I'm well happy.
Look at this one.
Do you think
22 million? Is that that one?
Yeah, that one.
Do you think they'll ever be used at any point? So you've got the videos though, right?
Yeah, they're all on my phone. Like, I got them all in a folder.
But you can't release them because I was gonna say, after all this story, we want to see.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
No, but that's the thing. Like, I also have to think, like, this is with Nike. This isn't like you know, Chris MD and Rota Shaw, they did for their channel. But like, this was for Nike. So I'm a consultant in all of this. I have to be really professional in terms of, like, I can't, like, they see me as like a company. They don't see me as like a. Well, obviously they do a little bit because like they're allowed me to release the behind the scenes, but for the actual like videos, like that's Nike's like property. That's like not mine.
You couldn't release it because you could release it. Say it could easily get 10 million views in a day, easily. But then they'd be like, take this down now, and you'll never work with them ever again.
And like, it just ruins like the whole relationship. And that's one of the main things. I want to have a good relationship with these people.
It's a shame it never got released, you know.
Like, you can still show your kids.
But also like. The videos, like, they were for like challenges and stuff, so they were cool. But like, I also think the behind the scenes is just as cool. Like, people want to see that just as much. But what's funny is after that shoot, and they like, I basically had like 30 people evaluating basically making sure I didn't do anything wrong. Like, this is their biggest like prized asset. So after this, like 2 weeks later. I had a shoot with Neymar because after that shoot, they were just like, we got one with Neymar. With Neymar, I was the second slot from that whole day, and it was like, okay, like we've gone up in the world. So the same, he had a new pair of boots being released. The videos of this are actually sick. I'm really upset that these
didn't get released either.
No,
I saw you behind the scenes did.
Yeah, but it was the same situation because that was literally
lockdown, right?
Yeah,
because that would have been just before. Was that with Puma? It
was Nike.
So
before he
went to and then after he went to Puma, and was like, oh, fine.
And also now it's like, it's too late, like, because of Puma. But these are well cool because it's basically a boot that is inspired by his last 7 boots. So the video that I got him to make is he gets his 2 like current pairs of boots, puts them down, and all of the boots that these are inspired by are all in the middle. He pushes them together and they turn into his new boot. And the edit turned out perfect. And we did another one where he kicks the ball at the wall and the ball turns into all of the boots and he picks up his new pair. And like, those videos were sick, but the behind the scenes again, that one I went to by myself, and I just got the guy from Nike to film like 10 minutes, like all of the behind the scenes. But the best thing about that is I was really nervous for Ronaldo, but he speaks English.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's like in football stuff, and he didn't seem like a crazy diva. Whereas Neymar, I was really worried was going to be like a massive. He turned up in like this massive like purple tracksuit, and I'm like, oh god, he's not even gonna want to talk to me.
Yeah.
But it like, and also we were meant to film outside, and the weather was terrible, so we had to do it in a changing room. And I was like, oh man, these videos are just like horrendous.
Yeah.
But we went into the changing room, and I started speaking to him, and then like, it's quite funny because in the behind the scenes, my first handshake with him, like I got to like fully like, you know, like lock hands or something. He's just there like, yeah, you're right. And it's a bit like, oh, okay, fair enough. I only noticed it in the video afterwards, but right at the end of the shoot, he's there like, my friend.
He loved it.
He's loving it because like I started doing like a little bit of like freestyle and stuff like that with him, and he loves the freestyle.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
And I showed him my videos, and it was like, as soon as like it's quite interesting. Like if I show them that I can like do freestyle, do some cool stuff, and like I'm not just like a director of like boring whatever. It's like it just changes like the whole. And with any of the interviews now, if I say like, if they know that like I make football videos like online or whatever, like it just changes like the whole like Joe Willock, he like walked in and he was like, oh, you do like the football videos, and it's like,
really,
what the hell, like
that is good.
Like this
cool.
is like
it's like a weird like footballer respect thing.
Do
you know what I mean? Like, they shouldn't treat you any different. But if they know you can somehow play ball,
no, but it's not that. It's like you're not traditional press.
Yeah,
you're
they do so many interviews where it's like,
and they're very guarded with traditional press as well.
Yeah. Whereas it's like, mate, I'm the same age as you. Like I was speaking to him about Wars, as in Joe Willock. I was speaking to him about like Warzone, and just bashing it. Like he's just a kid. He's the same as me. We're like. A lot of the players are just kind of similar.
They do
like
respect you at that point because they know that like when they know that you're not working for another company and you've come independently, it's like, oh, you've earned your right to get here. Like, okay,
that's why you never, if you ever work with it, that's why you never want to go at the first thing. Oh, can we get a pick at the start? You always want to do it at the end.
Yeah, like I know what you mean. Like,
it's like, you go in with, oh, let's get a pick first.
If you're like a massive fanboy, they're gonna treat you like a fanboy.
Yeah.
But with the Neymar thing. The best part about that, so he had about like 10 different, they have like different like partners and retail partners that they have to do a shoot. Like you do one with Unisport, Product, Sports Direct, whatever. At the end of the day, they asked Neymar like what his favorite part of the day was, and he said the shoot with me. And that is like, that's gone to the people at like Global, like Nike Global. That is like brownie points all day for me. Like at this point, they were just like paying me per like
a day rate.
Per like campaign type thing.
Sure, yeah.
And then one thing that I was really pushing for, because I don't think any like YouTuber or social media person in the football world has had like a partnership direct with Nike. Like the F2 had one with Adidas.
Nike don't do it.
Yeah, Nike never do it. But like Adidas did one with the F2. They've done it with a few other people. Puma have done it with like London Movements and whatever. And Nike had never done it. So I knew the person. I'm speaking to people at Global now. I'm like, you know, this is really what I want.
Yeah.
And they just kept on like delaying it. And this was at like, we did these shoots in like March. Like my birthday was like at the start, and it was like, oh, this is really like exciting. You know, it all happened around the same time. After the first lockdown, when everything was kind of changing, they offered me like a 6-month contract, but it was like a split between being a creator and wearing only like Nike stuff. And then the other split was all about like the consultancy and the behind the scenes. Yeah. Nike only cared about the behind the scenes, but I think it was like make me kind of happy that I get to like, it's really cool. Like just it's like stuff kids dream of.
Yeah, that's the one thing I want in my life.
So so officially you are like the first.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't. Maybe there's like there's people like in probably South America or Asia or whatever. Nike don't. I've never seen it though.
They
That's
don't.
The thing.
That's what I'm saying. So we've.
But you have to understand it. It's like I am like I was a consultant basically. I think they I forgot like the exact word for it, but I had like a thing. But it was great because like I did
to wear only Nike.
Yeah. And that was the other side. It was all on my page. It was like all Nike, which is exciting.
Really cool.
But the thing that like, there's so many cool moments that like I've never spoke about or say about because it's all like behind the scenes, which is like you're meant to be professional. You're not meant to talk about it. Yeah. I've edited videos for like Haaland's Instagram and Mbappe's Instagram. came up with the ideas as well, because so they have campaigns with Nike.
Were you the target one for Haaland? He did like the trick shot.
Oh, the trick shot with the two.
He had three
three
footballs on top of each other, and then he'd like.
No, it's Jeremy Lynch.
Was it?
No, it wasn't. But he did good.
The ones with like Haaland and Mbappe, they weren't like editing tricks, because I didn't get to like go and do them. But they were like they were releasing new boots, and like PSG for Mbappe sent over like loads of footage of him playing in the thing, but he was training with a Champions League ball. So it's like, what am I meant to do with this? And then I just had to, I basically just said to them, like, there's a video where he runs up and he does a celebration. Yeah. So we basically turned that into a reel, and it like did really well. Yeah. And all this stuff, like no one will ever like know about, but it's like I came up with the idea for it, and so it's not solely me. Like I became like part of like a team that did it. Bearing in mind, like I know that sounds like a job, but like I was making all my videos, and I basically did like 2-hour call like once a week, and then I did a lot of the work like on top of it by myself.
Exciting though, isn't it?
I had a call with like the vice president, like one of the vice presidents at Nike, and it's like, what is life? And that like I'd basically done, I'd done a live stream where I'm talking to like with all these kids, and it's like I'm being like I'm a big kid, like just messing about being done. Yeah, and it's like serious. It's like go time. It's like, all right, and I'm coming up with like, I had to do like a half an hour. They did like, you know what, like companies, they do these like where they get like guest speakers or whatever. I was like one of their guest speakers for like all of their, I forgot which team it was, but there was a lot of people in it, and it was really like, it was a bit scary, to be honest. Even though it's Zoom, I'm just sat in my room. My bed's like right there. It was like, I was like, I'm talking. Like a
presentation, or is it just a talk?
Just like, no, it was a presentation as well, where it's like basically talking about like the campaign that we've done and the other videos and what we were making. Yeah. It's more of like I don't really know why they do it. It's just like get people talking or whatever. Yeah,
it's true.
But
in companies love meetings.
Yeah, you need to fill corporate days with something, man. They just empty half an hour Zoom calls that last 5 minutes and go, right, that's ticked.
Yeah, but I'm basically telling like all these people at Nike, like TikTok's like the future of like what you're doing. Like this is like, you need to be more.
It's the quickest way to go viral for an advert.
Yeah, 100%.
The quickest.
Generally,
there's no competition.
Yeah.
But honestly, it was like a very weird but exciting time. And then there was other stuff, like I made a filter, first filter on the Nike account. Second filter, but it was like football related. They released these like 3D boots, and I
think I remember using it.
Yeah, it didn't work. Like I was saying why, but they had the boots come with like 3 swooshes that are like you can look through. And depending on which one you look through, you see a different thing on the text.
Right.
So we came up with the idea that like, let's have an Instagram filter where it's like red, and if you look through the red, then you see what's on the boot. But it didn't work because it like the light, like I know nothing about this stuff. Yeah. I'm just like, how am I like getting involved in this? Yeah. But it was just one of those things where if Nike don't have at the time, they don't have the budget. I think this is how it works. I'm not sure. Like I was just like a consultant or whatever. Like they, like maybe they don't have a certain amount of budget for a certain campaign or whatever. It's like, what if we got internally that we can make something with? And then I made one of the filters. It did work. I got it in the end to make it. It was good enough, but it wasn't the same as if you put the things over. I had to learn how to make like all the, on like Photoshop, you can, depending on something, the light, it changes the color or whatever. Yeah. Like I started messing about all that, and then you just put a red overlay on it. But it's super confusing. Yeah, but it ended up being it ended up being like good enough. But like I'm making videos for them, I'm editing, and then I'm like making filters. It's like I was just like doing a bit of everything. We made this thing for a recycling ball as well, which was like they sent me this like football where it's like made out of recycled stuff, and I had to make like a little mini like advert for it. It's like it's really fun. Like
so you do all that. How does Braithwaite, who at the time he's become this like, he's not a meme, but like a meme. Yeah. But signed for Barca, like Braithwaite at Barca.
But from like Middlesbrough.
Yeah. Like, but is Barca new number 9? Braithwaite.
Yeah.
It's madness.
It's like Nigel de Jong now. What's he doing? Get him out of the club. But anyways, Braithwaite. He seems like a nice guy.
Wait, who?
Nigel de Jong. Not Nigel.
No,
Luke de
Jong.
Luke de Jong. Nigel de Jong's retired.
Yeah, he played for City.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Not Frankie. Too many de Jongs, man.
Just all Holland, man.
Yeah, they are literally.
But
yeah, Martin.
Yeah. So, well, okay. So I had all of this footage with like all of the players from like those shoots, and I tore my meniscus. I know it's a bit of a wild tangent that I'm going on here, but it'll make sense because I was making all these videos on TikTok, and then I got injured and I couldn't make videos for like, I don't know, like
you know, when that happens, is it kind of like, oh, my life is over?
Yeah.
Sort of
Like not like,
Oh, yeah.
you know, like footballers,
yeah.
like they get injured, like they know that they're going to come back because they have like the best like treatment or whatever, but it's probably, they'll go through that same experience where it's like, this is like my career. It's like, obviously I'm not on the same level as a footballer, but for me it was my content is football.
You are on the same level because
Like,
if you get injured, you can't work.
yeah,
You can't earn
exactly.
money.
But at that point, do you sort of like change your way of thinking, because you're still quite creative, right? So you now, your videos have to be made without the access of being able to kick a ball.
Yeah, my mentality with it all is like, bear in mind, I actually tore my meniscus like the summer before.
Oh, really?
So I'd been playing for like a year and a bit with like a torn, because like it kind of
Filming
heals.
videos with me with his knee.
Yeah, like I retore it like 3 times, and it's like agony. It's pretty brutal, but it was like I never had a serious injury, so I didn't know like what it was. I just kept on thinking, oh, I'm just feeling like a little bit of a worse. Like,
Wait, so you never had it fully diagnosed?
no, I never got it checked out.
And you were just, what, by the third time you're like, oh, I'm pretty sure something.
Yeah, no, because by the third time I went and got an MRI scan.
Oh,
and,
really?
I went and saw like like, cause I was like, I don't care how much it costs. At this point, it's like I need to get it fixed.
Yeah.
I saw the guy and he was like, we had the MRI scan, got it all done in one day. It was sick.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, you just completely like, it's just like a tear. It's like a flap tear. And I'd known that I'd torn it like the summer because literally I did like an elastical. My knee went out and it like popped. And like I was just on the floor and it's like, without a doubt, this is like.
So basically,
something
you
bad.
like extrapolated backwards. The 2 injuries before were the same thing because they.
I did basically every time I did it, it was like 3 elasticos. Each time
that's what I mean.
was an
So
elastico.
because you never had it fully diagnosed before, and you did it the exact same way.
Yeah,
you just
no,
presumed.
and it felt exactly the same.
yeah,
like
yeah.
everything, like it swelled up. Like everything was like, even the sound is honestly like even if I do an elastico now or I see someone else, I get a bit squirmish about it. But like mentally, I just got to be a lot like stronger with it because like. You just can't live my life where it's like, ooh, I'm scared to do an elastico. It's like, no, man, come on. Like, it's healed.
Yeah.
There's a risk, but like my mentality is like, if you are always going to be a wuss about it, nothing's ever going to change. But
my knee never healed.
that's the thing. I would have
been. You found a different branch of fitness, so.
No, as in even when I run, it hurts.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not good.
Well,
Maybe
I never
got
got the surgery, so.
Yeah.
Just get like, no, that's for the hips.
Oh yeah,
just get a steroid injection and then it's fine.
The thing is, like, I would have been a pro footballer if it wasn't for that injury.
Same here.
Like, just a knee injury now at the end of the day.
Same here.
Classic.
We're still holding out for Arsenal.
2 years.
No, but so I had the injury and it like leaves like a flap, and then the flap like kept getting caught. And I was trying to heal it with physio after I did the MRI scan. And it got to a point where I rolled over in bed and like my knee, like the flap gets caught, and you just there like sat up like screaming in bed like, I'm not doing this. I did that on the Thursday. I phoned them up on a Friday. I went, can I get the surgery? He said, yeah, we've got a space on Monday if you want it.
Oh, bloody hell.
So I was like, yeah. I literally like, it was kind of like a very instant thing. I didn't really have time to plan.
Yeah.
But I was at like Monday evening. So the flap had got caught the day before, but I was getting a bit like used to it. And like,
when you say flap, what do you mean?
So my meniscus like tore, and it like it leaves like a flap
externally, or you mean like
inside the knee?
Like inside,
but you can feel it as a flap.
No. Like it's like the meniscus is like.
That's what it looks like on the MRI.
Right. And
like it was like an inside thing, and that gets caught in the thing. But he said it wasn't even bad. Like Suarez had the same thing. And you just shave it off, and 6 weeks later you're back. Suarez did it 4 weeks back. He scored 2 goals against England in the World Cup, I think. So I think it was England.
How?
No, but like that. It's not like a. This is the thing. It's not like an ACL. It's not. It's not that. I'm really lucky because apparently, if I'd carried on going because of that instability, the ACL would have gone at some point.
Yeah.
And in that MRI scan, he said I sprained the ACL. So it's like that.
It's
I was
close.
probably getting close to
Yeah.
doing it, but none of this. It didn't like compute in my head. Like this is like what's actually happening. So I had that thing on the, I called up on the Friday, and I like the Flap had got caught on the Thursday, and he was actually feeling all right by the Saturday. And the team, I sometimes play for this team. So I was like, I'll just go play for the team. If I'm going to have the surgery on Monday and I can't play football for 6 weeks, like, I want to go and play. Yeah. So I wrapped it up loads, like putting like, I don't know, it's just stupid. Like, it's like, why are you playing?
Almost bang on exactly something that you would do as well. Isn't it?
It's just love for the game, man. Like, it's just like, I absolutely love it.
No, really, mate, you should rest. You're about to have surgery. Nah, let's send it.
But the thing is, I played like 45. No, I played quite a lot of that game. I probably played like 60, 70 minutes of that game. And I said to the team, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to play for a couple of weeks because I'm having surgery on Monday. And they were all like, yeah, good one. Like, you wouldn't be playing like here. It's like, how bad is it? If And the thing is, it's like, if it swells up and it hurts a little bit, but you can still play on it. It's actually like when it gets caught is when it's like excruciating, like you fall over like a sack of potatoes. Monday morning, I didn't have any content to film. Like I had nothing. So I was just like, I'm going to go and film and have the surgery in like the afternoon. So in the morning, I went out to the pitch, started filming. I had an advert actually. And it's like, if I don't film now, I won't have any content for this advert. And it's like, it's kind of good money as well. Yeah. It's like, I don't want to say no to it. But you need it though,
if you're not going to be out of action.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
so I went and filmed, and I was doing everything. I filmed it perfectly. Right at the end, I was like, oh, I'll just get a clip for my story. So I started doing this freestyle thing, and the Flap got caught. And that's the only time I got it on film. And like you even hear it like clicking the thing.
I'd love to see
but I was actually really happy about it because when I go to the surgery and they like open it up, he's gonna see it at its worst. Yeah. So like if he'd seen it when it was like good, it, like sort maybe he'd missed something or whatever. Like
reinforced you that it was the right thing to get the surgery.
The bad thing was like I had the surgery in the afternoon, and like they like drug you up or whatever. Like I don't know, I like loads of people have surgery. Like I was well.
But you're in the general, right?
I've seen
yeah. Like I was out.
Yeah.
But when I had like a really weird reaction to it because like I couldn't like move without like throwing up. So I ended up staying in there for ages. Right at the end, like I finally stop. I walk out. I get to like the porch of like the porch, like the front of this like it's like a private hostel as well. So it's like really the Queen gets her when she goes to hospital. It's the one that the Queen goes to.
I need to go there.
I started throwing up all over the front of it.
All over Liz's shoes.
It's like it's just like one of those like funny moments where it's like, but the worst thing about it is I'm really drugged up. So I'm making all these like funny like I was just addicted to my phone, like filming myself. I don't know. No. It's just like an in and out type thing. Oh. So they were planning on keeping me in because I was throwing up, but I was like adamant that I want to go home, even though I'm not like, it wasn't even me. Like I told my mum to like F off. And that is like one of the worst things I've ever done in my life.
Do you know, was it for like a nothing reason?
No, I kept throwing up and she put like the rubbish bin in front of me and she started patting my back saying it's all right. And I felt like really like embarrassed that I was throwing up. But I must have, I don't remember this. Like my mum told me and it's like, in my head, I must have just been like, I don't want my mum to be worried about this. Yeah, you can't. And I was just like, please,
you
like,
can't
I can
deep
do
it.
this.
Like you can't be embarrassed because everyone's out of it.
Like I said some really, everyone says funny stuff, right? But I was filming myself and saying stuff like, oh, there was two guys there and they liked football. One was from Brazil, one was from Germany, but England are better. And it's just like, I'm still chatting waffle about like, this? Yeah, I posted it on TikTok. And it got loads of views as well.
Yeah, but do you remember Mason Mount posting his like after his tooth?
Wisdom, yeah.
And everyone just loves that shit when they're out of it. Yeah.
But
how yeah, sorry,
we've got to start off topic here. But I had that surgery, so I can't like play football or whatever. And my whole like at the start, the first week's like exciting, and it's like, oh, finally, like you're getting like loads of sympathy. People message you. Second week, no one actually cares. Yeah, and it's like it's done now. Yeah. But in that second week, But at the start, I'm like really motivated. It's like, oh, it's all right. I'm gonna think of ideas. I'm gonna like do all of this. And like that was my mentality with it. So this is where I start posting the videos with we got here eventually. I started posting the videos with like the footballers. So I do one with like. Posted one with Ronaldo because that was the first one. It's like I just did like a fake comment like, have you ever filmed Ronaldo? Yeah. And I posted like the behind the scenes, got like 10 million views. I was buzzing. I was like, okay, well I'll do Neymar. And then you do like the Mason Mount ones because all of these like I'm in the video and I was just at the start, it's like, have you filmed with? and I was just showing them the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I've got the video with Jorginho where, like, in the advert, it's like an editing trick. I have the raw footage where he's just taking a penalty against me. So I just typed the question, try and save a penalty against Jorginho. So I did that, and then I posted the video, and it did like so good.
So how many accounts do you have, by the way? So, because I've always been wondering in this.
What, like fake accounts?
How many fake accounts?
Or just one fake account that I changed the name on from time to time.
Oh, I just don't do it.
But also, like, at the start, they were all like, they were just real comments. Because after the Ronaldo one, it's like, oh, can you film Neymar? It's like, well, I've got that one. And then you just pick and choose the ones that you see in. And then it's for like the really random ones where it's like, do an editing trick with Joe Gomez. No one's typing that. So like I would do that one. Or a lot of time I'd get like a friend. I'd just be like, or like Leah. I'd just be like, Leah, can you just comment this? So I'm doing all of these, and I turn it into like a bit of a series. And I was always using the same song because in my head I was like, use the same song. People are gonna like. People love those series, and like they'll always get shown to the same people. If someone's watched it all the way through, even if they don't follow, in like 2 weeks they'll show them another one if it's like a similar thing. And I added it to the playlist. So all these are doing well. I think we did 20 videos, which got like over 50 million views in total, which is like ridiculous numbers. You start going to like brands and being like, look, whatever video you're filming, can I just have 5 minutes at the end with the player? Like next time you got to shoot with a player, can I have 5 minutes at the end? And can I just like do a 2-touch with him? Because it'll bang. Like I have this image of I'm the guy that like films with all these like players. So we start, I started doing all of the ones from the past footage, and then Puma reached out and were like, oh, do you want to film with, we've got Varane and Pickford. Like I'm 100% yeah. I'm still on crutches at this point. So I had to think like, what can I do? So I just did try and save a penalty against me whilst I'm on crutches, and then a flinch challenge with Varane. Because like you can do that. Like
flinch challenge,
I think I was using my left foot as well. Because I remember my right foot was like pretty dodgy, or I'm trying to imagine trying to do a flinch challenge with like like against a pro player with your leg like messed up. But yeah, that's the video.
This is
but yeah, you see, I'm using my left foot because I literally can't use my.
But like, look how simple this is. It's so just like
no, but the main thing about it is like right now, Pro Director doing like similar videos to that because like obviously they've seen it doing
they've seen
well.
the numbers.
But like they're like some of them will do well for them, but not all of them are doing well. It's because like people know me for being the person that like does it. And it's like if you're the first person,
how's that player, that player,
and like also I'm not a brand doing it. I'm just like it comes across like I'm just like that one was sponsored by Puma, wearing Puma stuff, but like it's not it's not like oh hashtag Puma. I'm just wearing their stuff now. But with Braithwaite, so TikTok know about these. Like TikTok, all these players are going on to TikTok. Like the players understand now that like once their career is finished, like if they have a huge following on social media, it's like massive for them. Like that's like their next step. So some of the players are like trying to be a lot more like proactive with it, and TikTok are trying to set me up with like some like different players, but nothing's come through yet. Like they wanted me to do with like a free kick challenge with Madison, would have been so good. But De Bruyne started TikTok. I'm trying to get one with him, but it's so hard to actually get like time with them. But one with Braithwaite is he had the same injury as me, so he was out, and obviously he's had this part of I should work on my social media. So I don't know, his team have gone to TikTok, and then TikTok have basically set it up. But like they forwarded me a message where it's like Martin's happy for Ben to come to his house and film. So I literally went to Barcelona for less than 24 hours, just turned up at his house, filmed a few videos with him. I filmed the videos with him. I actually started like chatting with him.
Does he speak English?
Really well, great English. But he's the richest player at Barcelona.
Yeah,
because his
like,
real estate business in America, and it's massive. Like they are. He's a really smart guy. Like you know how like a lot of footballers, they're good at football. They're not like genuine like business savvy, intelligent. Like they're switched on. So I'm speaking to Braithwaite, and it's like this guy really knows his stuff. He said he'd help me buy a house. Because I was speaking to him, I was like, you want how should I do it if I'm gonna like buy a house? And he's like, oh, like I'll give you advice and stuff like that. But I ended up speaking to him, like I'm just at his house, there's no one about, like we're just like two guys just chatting. And I was speaking to him for ages about all this different stuff, and that is like one of the nicest like interactions I've had with him. And then he came on one of my TikTok live streams. We did like a duet live stream.
Oh, that's nice.
And it's like
Sounds like a very normal guy. That
Yeah,
just
very
knows
down
what he's
to
doing,
earth.
doesn't he?
But he's so switched on, man. Like,
Did you
but-
stay over at his house?
no, like
Oh, just
literally
for the day
just
then.
like.
Had a little sleepover.
That's what I thought, yeah.
I actually ended up at like
Putting on Mean Girls. Yeah, get the popcorn in.
we're like tucked in,
Yeah.
like sleepover.
Nails.
Yeah.
But
Martin's like, this is my favourite bit.
but that's how it came up. And I asked him like, so I said one of the ideas that I want to do is fly to Barcelona and tell Braithwaite he's the GOAT, because like that is like an idea that like if you're on TikTok like is funny.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like kids love that. So we like I get there and his team had said probably avoid that question because like they're worried like whatever. I'm speaking to him, he's just no guy. I went, what do you think about like this like GOAT wave thing? And he's like, oh, I find it funny. I'm like, oh, I want to do a video then where I like fly to Barcelona and tell you the GOAT. He's like fully for it. He was like, yeah, let's do it. And then we just did that, and that one did like well good. And that's like one of the ones that kind of just cemented of like
Yeah.
how
Jamie,
Now we
hit
can
us
see
with
how
the
well you
quiz.
actually know football.
this is this is to prove if do we know what
My
we're
football
talking
knowledge
about?
is terrible.
All this is going to do is highlight that we're incredibly lucky to have these experiences with a real lack of actual football knowledge.
Speak for yourself. I know
Oh no, I was
ball.
speaking for you.
I
but-
know ball.
Question number 1. There are only 2 players in history to have scored a goal in every minute of a football match. Name them both.
Is it like a shout out thing or do you
It's
just...
all on you,
It's-
and then we'll take part.
Oh, it's all on
That's
me.
your quiz, yeah, but we just get
Oh
involved
wow.
when we can.
Okay. Ibrahimovic.
Ibrahimovic is one, yeah.
Oh, do you have to get both?
Probably say Ronaldo.
I was going to say CR7. Yeah.
It is CR7, yeah.
Yeah.
Messi could never.
I like the first 2 thoughts were like obviously Messi, Ronaldo, but like I remember
Ibra.
reading something about Ibrahimovic
Yeah.
like doing it.
That's
Yeah.
so mad.
It is mad, isn't it?
That's so
only-
mad.
it's only the
First
ni-
minute.
It's only the 90.
Yeah.
Yeah,
First
yeah,
minute.
of course.
First minute. Second minute. Third minute. How do you get first minute goal, man? That's a mad thing, fam.
Just got to be up against
Hit us with
better,
number
innit?
2. It's 1 out of 1.
Cool. Question number 2. Before Jack Grealish, who was Manchester City's record signing? Was it A, Ruben Diaz, B, Riyad Mahrez, or C, Kevin De Bruyne?
Ruben Diaz.
I think Riyadh.
I'm gonna go with Mahrez.
It was Kevin De Bruyne.
Was it?
How
Yeah.
much?
I thought he was like
68.5 million.
How
thought
much?
he was less than-
what? I
was
thought he
not
was
less-
like 42 mil.
Was he not less than Rodri? We did a
No,
really?
68.5 mil in
No
total.
way.
Because obviously you look at the transfer fee for Jack Grealish and you think 100 mil, but that was like 107.5. His total transfer spend came to like 68.5 mil.
No way, because I thought like Mahrez, I was thinking like probably about like 50 mil from like Leicester or something. De Bruyne, I thought we got for like 40 mil.
Yeah. We'll go with that as the answer, and
Yeah.
if the viewers at home want to do a bit of digging, we'll allow it.
Yeah.
I just get
We'll find out
outed
next
again.
episode, Jamie, if you've had a stinker or not. But we'll allow it. We'll allow it for now. So you were on 1 out of 2.
A controversial one. I'd
Controversial
say.
1 out of 2.
We'll take it to VAR.
We'll take it to VAR for next episode. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Question number 3. Raheem Sterling had worn the number 7 shirt for Manchester City for nearly 7 years. Who was the number 7 at the club before him?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ilano? No, I'm joking. Number 7? Sterling's been at your club for a long time, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. Maybe like what number did Robinho wear?
I don't know.
I reckon actually he was number. I reckon he had 9. I
Could be Ilano.
I do not have a Scooby, bro.
Could be Ilano. Could. Oh, wait.
How long has Sterling been at the club? You say a decade?
Yeah, he's been there. Joined in the 15-16 season.
The 50s.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I'm baffed. I'm at
I don't know
loss.
the answer to this.
Got no guesses?
Number 7. Ah. I know who it was.
Any hints?
James Milner.
It is James Milner.
Oh.
Yeah. James Milner was number 7.
If you don't want to talk to me and state that I don't have ball knowledge, think again.
I've had a stinker.
Think again.
Mad, that, isn't it?
I am going to also take the last question to VAR because it is true. It was 68.4 million. It's their second highest. So
What was
Okay.
the actual answer?
for the
KDB.
last question, KDB was the
Yeah.
second highest. Yeah.
So it was correct. He was incorrect.
I was incorrect. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm on 1 out of 3.
Shame that.
Not even controversial on it.
Mate, how did you not get James Milner?
Didn't even cross
So
my mind.
so obvious. You lot are so crap at these quizzes, honestly.
Question number 4 is true or
Got
false. The record number of red cards in a single match is 36. True or false?
False.
I bet it's from like the 1910s or something.
How do you even get 36 people sent up? Just from the bench as well?
Bench, yeah.
False.
False.
It's true.
Of course they are.
We're mugs.
Do you want to know the story?
Yeah, go on.
It was in 2011.
Oh,
in
what?
In the 5th tier of Argentinian Football League, a red card was given to every player on both the teams, and 14 additional red cards were given to the subs and coaches.
Yeah, it's classic.
Why? Big old
It's just a massive arch rivals.
Massive brawl.
Massive.
Everyone
Big
gets sent.
Royal
Who,
Rumble.
who won the game?
Well, it would have been
Abandoned.
postponed, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Anyways, hit me with my favourite quiz question.
Cool. So, who am I? I played for only 4 teams across my 15-year career, making over 300 appearances in the Premier League and scoring 12 goals. I used to be a winger/striker in the very early stages of my career, but my first ever Premier League manager converted me to a defensive midfielder and then as a main centre-back. I am also the most capped African player in the Premier League.
I was going to, but I don't think I've got it anymore.
Most capped African player in the Premier
Most
League.
capped African player in the Premier League.
So we've gone from winger to CDM to centre back.
How many goals?
12.
12.
How many appearances?
300.
Over 300.
4 clubs.
4 clubs.
15 years.
Mm-hmm.
Intéressant. Intéressant. Hi. Who's a centre back, man? That was a Decilium. Highest capped African Premier League player.
Yeah. I feel like that's probably going to be your biggest
Yeah.
go-to.
So let's throw some names out there. Essien, but he wasn't a centre back.
No.
Yaya Toure, he wasn't a centre back.
His brother was, though.
Cool, sorry.
I don't know if you lot.
Oh,
Well, what Prem teams has he played for?
it's 4 clubs, not necessarily Prem teams.
No,
Was
you
it
didn't
Prem
say it,
clubs?
Yeah. You said 4 clubs.
Yeah,
know,
he
I
plays for
can't think.
City, Celtic, Arsenal, and then probably a club before Arsenal.
That's what I'd go with, but I don't
And I
know.
remember hearing a rumour he was a centre defensive midfielder. I remember on FIFA they had centre backs as CDM. Oh, Colo, big Colo, yeah.
Most capped African player in the Prem.
Could be
If he's
because he played for City.
yeah,
And we do like a whole.
I'd say I'd go with Colo, sorry. I mean, I could be completely wrong.
I'll back a Colo Torre.
It is Colo Torre.
What were you going to say?
Ball knowledge.
Is that a joke?
Who did you say?
You are joking.
Yeah, that was a joke, right?
Well, you didn't say an answer.
I gave you the answer.
No, you didn't.
I said, but
I
his
was gonna
brother
say-
was.
I was going to say Colo Torre.
Right, okay, cool.
Could have been talking about their younger brother. Anyways, you got through two.
2.
Two.
Yeah.
Well done, Ben.
They're
2.
stinky, to be honest.
You got the same as Stogden.
Togden doesn't know ball either. So
No,
that's a bit
you
of
know
a
what?
no.
It's awkward because he really doesn't. He actually doesn't know anything about football. Who does he support?
Bolton.
Does he?
I don't
Does
think
he?
so.
Ask him.
I always joke with him about it, but you kind of felt a bit serious then.
Right, game week 35 predictions. Let's absolutely whack through this because my parking's going to run. I'm going to get fined. Newcastle are at home to Liverpool. Ben?
You know what? Newcastle to win 2-0. And they better win 2-0.
Do you think they'll drop
Early
points by the end of the year?
No.
Do you think you will?
Apart from in this game.
Okay, yeah, this one.
I don't think we will either.
No, I don't think so.
Going to go with 2-2 draw.
I'll take that.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I think Liverpool, man. Liverpool. Is that a cat in the roof?
Okay. Villa, Norwich. Relegation battle.
Dean Smith Derby.
I think Villa will win that.
Yeah,
I'm
me
going
too.
Villa. I'm
Yeah.
going
Go
Villa.
1-0 or something. Norwich will probably play.
3-0 Villa.
I'm going Villa.
Is it Villa Park, right?
Is that Villa Park? Villa at Villa
Yeah.
Park. Yeah. Southampton are at home to Crystal Palace. Once again, I took James Ward-Prowse out my team. He keeps bagging goals and free kicks.
That's the thing, though. It's the Schrodinger's Ward-Prowse, mate. When he's in your team, he doesn't get points, but when you take him out, he gets 2 goals.
I know. I've
I'm
loved
going to go boring 0-0.
Really?
Yeah, every week has a boring 0-0.
Yeah, it does, to be fair.
it.
Whose was this week's? Oh, it was Villa Leicester, wasn't it?
Brentford Spurs, Leicester Villa. Yeah.
Um,
I'm going to go with a Crystal Palace away win.
yeah, I'll agree on that one.
Watford at home to Burnley. What a game.
How have we done for the past few weeks? By the way, I feel like we've had a few.
He's
good
given
weeks.
up, man.
Yeah,
He's
we've
given up
sacked that
turning
off.
up. He's
I don't
given
know why
up.
we even do this.
We could have got 10 out. We could have got 10 out of 10 for all
I
we
know
know.
you definitely haven't got 10 out of 10.
Well, we could have
Been
done.
pretty standard.
No, we could have gone. Jamie, we could have got 10 out of 10.
We didn't.
Anyways,
How would we ever know?
Watford.
We'll never know.
Watford. How would we know?
Yeah.
Watford at home to Burnley.
Burnley.
Yeah, Burnley are on form. Probably say Burnley win 1-0.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Burnley it is for
They
me.
got the king of pop managing him, man. You can't go wrong.
Well, they got Jerry Rodriguez.
It's Michael Jackson.
Wolves are at home to Brighton.
0-0.
This is the 0-0.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go
This is the
0-0 as
0-0.
well.
1-1.
Leeds.
Good City.
City to win 5-0.
7-0 City.
6-0 City.
That's what I like. to
Ellen
hear.
Road.
Everton.
Thrashing.
The Lampard derby.
I'm telling you, Leeds are in trouble. Their fixture run-in's hard,
I
and
know.
they're only like 2 points ahead of Everton.
Everton Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Everton are going to win 1-0.
They might
Lampard
do.
to do
Anthony
it.
Gordon.
Lampard to do it.
Yeah.
Interesting. I would love that because then Arsenal will get top 3. Chelsea will win.
No, we're still a bit off them.
We're only 5 points behind with game. They got a game in hand.
yeah.
Chelsea will win 2-0. Timo Werner will score. Tottenham are at home to Leicester.
Ooh,
Spurs.
that's a tough game. Spurs will probably win that though.
Harry Kane loves.
I
scoring
reckon
against
like
Leicester, man.
3-2 Spurs.
What?
3-2 Spurs. I'm going to go 3-1 Spurs.
4-0 Spurs.
West Ham are at home to Arsenal. The mighty Gunners!
Ooh, that's a big game.
Big game.
Arsenal playing really well though, so I'll
We
probably say
lose to the
Arsenal.
3 shittest teams and we beat United. And we beat Chelsea.
And we beat West Ham.
And we
Probably
beat
to be
say
fair-
2-1 Arsenal.
2-1 Arsenal.
To be fair, we're taking points off the closest competitors.
It's
So
so
if
smart.
anything, that's actually just.
But
better
imagine we
than
had 9
losing
extra
to-
points.
Yeah, that's also a bad thing.
Exactly.
yeah,
Arsenal will win. Yeah, 3-1.
I'm going
Eddie.
Eddie Brace.
Eddie Brace.
Eddie
I'll back an
Brace.
Eddie Brace. Put it there, brother. United at home to Brentfordinios.
United.
Brentford are winning.
I think they actually do win
Yeah.
that. Not even like a joke way.
No, I think I'll back it.
Yeah, I think Christian Eriksen free kick goal.
And
I
then
love
Tony penalty.
Yeah. and Tony penalty.
Tony will score a penalty and it will be, bless him.
What?
It will be Lindelof giving away the pen. And now the TikTok,
he's
will
gonna-
cut-
and it'll
the
go,
TikTok now will
"Sue."
cut into and it's Lindelof giving away a pen and Tony score. It is. Yeah.
It just gets a bit ropey towards the end of the
now-
now, doesn't it?
Now, well, there we go. Fixture's done. Ben, I will say we've got some bad news.
Ooh.
Normally, we get every guest to sign the shirt, you know, the famous shirts. But
I have a feeling that you'll be back on for a live stream at some point.
We'll have to do it
so
live stream
we'll
because-
get-
My name isn't big enough for the.
no,
for the
because
shirt.
I know Jamie lost the pen, basically.
I hate to throw him under the bus. I hate to throw him under the bus. He's lost my personal marker. It's not a pitch side.
Yeah, it's
Sharpie.
not a community pen.
It's a Bakey Sharpie.
Yeah.
And some, you know who they are. They stole it. And now we have
No pen.
no pen. And if you're listening to Saving Grace, give us our fucking pen back. All right? Give it back.
We're going to
They
create a Spotify
They
war.
stole our pen.
Yeah.
We want it back. Anyways, Ben, thank you so much for coming on.
No,
Yeah,
thank
really,
you
really
for having
appreciate
me.
it. Hope you-
Sorry for name dropping every 20
No,
seconds.
That's what we
that
want.
was an amazing listen. So.
I really enjoyed the stories. Have to get you on for another live stream maybe sometime soon.
Damn.
Little City.
Yeah, we'll get them on for every City game. 'cause
Every
they
single
don't,
City
they don't
game.
lose, so it's just a nice viewing, really. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Exactly.
There's no
an
real
enjoyable
issue. We'll get you
experience.
back on. You know, City will win again. Everyone leaves happy.
Exactly.
Sorted.
Obviously, check out that link in the description down below. Make sure you
Yeah.
rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Subscribe. We are closing on 100,000 subscribers. Just 40,000 to go. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
And the live stream next week.
And the live stream next week.
Yes.